Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a foundation routine. I wanted to do this because I feel like I finally got my foundation routine down. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all how I apply my foundation, how I apply concealer. Basically the products I will like interchange, you know, sometimes I'll like this concealer, sometimes I'll like that foundation. It just depends on my mood and stuff like that, but the technique will be the same. So I feel like I finally have a routine that I stick to. It's the way that I apply it on my face. It looks the best. It looks flawless. So I figured I would share it with y'all. Yeah, I know I've been gone for a minute, but you know, Christmas came and life came and we just been busy over here. So, yeah, today's going to be a foundation routine. Oh, if you guys are interested in this shirt, this is from my boutique actually, shop-boutique.com. And what I like about this shirt is that it has like these big old cape sleeves. It's just like super comfortable and it reminds me of like Harry Potter, you know, and it has a hood. So just, you know, put that out there if y'all want to check it out. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I've already done like my eyeshadow, and eyebrows. I typically always do those before I do foundation. Just that way I don't have like, you know, green and all that kind of stuff on my face. I just like to do eyeshadow before. Now, if I don't do eyeshadow, then I'll just go ahead and do like my face makeup. But for the most part, it's eyebrows, eyeshadow, foundation. For me, personally. So if you guys want to see my updated foundation routine, then just keep on watching the video. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm about to roll up these sleeves. And I have no primer, nothing on my face right now. Only have eyeshadow and my eyebrows. Let me pull out my brushes. Oh, how cute are these brushes? I got these for Christmas from my mom. And they have like this kind of like confetti stuff in it. And they're super cool. So let me pull out my brushes. That way we can like get through this. I probably should have done this before I started filming. But, you know, better late than never. The very first thing that I'm going to be using is this Tatcha The Silk Canvas Primer. This is the one that's like all over YouTube, all over Instagram, everyone talks about. It is pretty expensive, girl. It's expensive, but I feel like it is the best primer I've ever used. And you don't need this much, I use way too much. But basically this primer smooths out your skin. So I feel like for the most part, I have pretty smooth skin. I don't really have much acne. Sometimes I might get like a pimple or two, like when I'm around my period or whatever, but for the most part, I don't really have much scarring or acne spots or anything like that. But what I do have is like dry patches on my skin. So for the most part, I have pretty dry skin, but around like my nose area and my mouth and then like my chin, it is very dry and it causes like blackheads and just like roughness. So I feel like, I always exfoliate. I try to exfoliate before I do my makeup because I feel like that's when my foundation looks really, really good. But if I don't get a chance to, or maybe I'm like a couple days out from exfoliating, I like to use this primer because it's really like a silk canvas. Like they don't lie. It smooths everything out and it just makes your skin look like it has absolutely nothing on it. Like it's just so smooth. And when I first got it, I was like, gosh, girl, you really just spent that much money on this primer. But now I completely see why everyone wants to use it because my foundation has never looked as good before, sis. Okay, and I'm using this Becca Full Coverage Matte Foundation. This has been like my favorite foundation ever, mainly because it's so freaking full coverage. This one is in the shade, let me see, Maple. This is in the shade Maple. So I take literally one pump for one side of my face and then another pump. So a total of 2 pumps of foundation, which is very, very less for me because I like pretty full coverage and I will pack on foundation as much as I want so I don't see anything. So for me to only use 2 pumps of this foundation, that says a lot. The only thing I would say is you have to work fast because this is a matte foundation. It has absolutely no shine, so it can dry pretty quickly in my opinion. So I would just kind of like shut up and just do it, but you know, I just be talking too much. But this shade is a little bit darker because I did buy it in the summertime and right now I'm like Casper Ghostly Pale. But once I apply like concealer and all that kind of stuff, it will blend a lot better. So just make sure you kind of, you know, go down here on your neck a little bit, on your chest, just a tad, just so we kind of look seamless. But mainly I like this foundation for the coverage, and I always use some type of like dense brush, like trying to show an example. Like, okay, so like this brush right here, I would never use this brush for foundation. It's nice for like powders, but it just has way too much like flexibility. So I would go in with something a lot more denser. So you can even use a sponge or anything, but I always go in with something that's pretty dense. That way I can like pounce it into my skin and get the most coverage out of it. And because this thing is so matte and so full coverage, it lasts forever. Like, I will wear this foundation mainly when I go like on vacation, because I like to have, you know, a pretty beat face on vacation because of pictures and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll apply this foundation like, you know, in the morning, then I'll have it on all day until like that night, like midnight, and it'll still look like I just applied it. Like, it won't fade, it won't you know, get, you know how like some foundations, they get like gunky and kind of cling on to certain places in your skin. It doesn't do that. So this thing is long wearing and I highly recommend it. So how was everyone's Christmas though, girl? What did y'all do? Let me know. It's so funny because I think I've mentioned her before, but Brittany, she's one of the giveaway winners. Well, yeah, winners. I don't know what's going on. And we've been talking like this whole time that I've been gone, like on Christmas break. We've been like emailing each other, and she's so sweet. So it's kind of cool like when you guys comment or like let me know what's going on in your personal life and stuff, because it makes us friends for real. In my recent videos, I've been using this Too Faced the Born This Way concealer. This is the full coverage one they recently came out with. But y'all, when Cyber Monday and Black Friday came, I went and got this Jouer full coverage concealer. I love it, but I just can see someone who like doesn't wear makeup a lot or just is not really into the whole full coverageness and like cakey look. You probably won't like this, but I really love it. And this is in the shade Rich Ginger. So I'm going to use this just to cover up everything, because y'all know I like full coverage. If I'm going to take the time out to put my foundation on, not foundation, but if I'm going to take the time out to put like my makeup on period, then I want full coverage. I always put concealer like right up under my nose because for some reason, I guess it's like being a woman and, you know, having hormones and stuff, like I get so red up under my nose and it's not cute at all. So because this concealer is not as bright as I want it to be, I know I'm just going to take a little bit more of this Too Faced one and just put this one right here just because it's like a tad bit lighter. And I like a pretty bright under eye. Okay, so I'm going to take this e.l.f. concealer brush. This is the best brush to blend your concealer out. It is only $3 and I haven't found a better brush yet. It just fits under your eye like perfectly. And I do take my concealer like way out here, just so it kind of like cleans up that eyeshadow and gives us like a nice sharp edge. This is my foundation brush, and then this is the brush that I'll blend my concealer out with. It just keeps everything separate. That way, you know, colors stay the same and we didn't just like put all that concealer on just for it to go back the same color as my foundation, you know? That way we keep this like a highlighted look. But I always recommend using a foundation brush like this, you know, to blend out your concealer, because it's going to allow it to like really sink into your face, because you can't blend everything out with this little concealer brush. Girl, we are coming to form. Yes, we're coming to form. All right, so we are about to set everything on our face. I'm using the Beauty Bakery powder. This one is in the shade Yellow. Go back in with this little, well, this big concealer brush, or I don't know what this is. This brush right here, and just kind of go under here to make sure we don't have any creases. Try your hardest to look up and just set that entire area. And let me just say this is a foundation routine if you're trying to be snatched, okay? Like, if you're just going down the street, don't put on makeup, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious. But this is like I'm going out, I'm gonna be taking pictures, you know, that kind of look. This is the routine that I do. So I'm just tapping into this powder and just setting like all up here. I'm actually going down the neck as well, just because we did apply a little bit of foundation there and you don't want it to like come off on your shirt or anything. So just a tad bit under here. So I'm just lightly setting my entire face. Now we're going to move on to bronzer, and I am using this ABH bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer right now. This is in the shade Mahogany. I remember when I first got this, I thought that it wasn't dark enough, but that was because I was like super into like the super contoured look those days. But now that I'm not, I mean, I go through my phases. I just think this is so pretty, and it just adds warmth in my face, but then it also like chisels my face. I just love it. But the sad thing is that this is the darkest shade. So I just feel like we need one more shade, you know, because oh, bless me, Jesus. I feel like there should be one more shade. Just one. So I just contour like normal, just right here in my cheekbones, my forehead, and I do a little bit under my chin. I'll be taking this NYX ombre blush. This one is in the shade Soft Flesh. I pretty much always like orangey kind of blushes. Coral, kind of. Those are just like the best ones for my skin complexion. And I always take it like right above my bronzer. I don't really like the whole, I don't know, I've seen people apply blush like super high. I don't like that. I kind of like my bronzer and blush to like be a family, you know? So I just take it like right above it. So today I'm using kind of an oldie highlighter that everyone used to rave about. This is the Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drag Highlighter. This used to be my jam. Like, you see how beat up this thing is? Like, I used to love this highlighter. Wait, I need to set my face. Hold on. Pause. So I'm first going to set my face using this Morphe setting spray. Ooh. When you set your face before you put highlighter, and then while your face is still wet, you just go in with your highlighter, it looks so much better. It just looks like it's, you know, blending in with your face better. Alright guys, so that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This is basically how I do my makeup now. I have my routine down. It's not changing anytime soon. The products might change. I might use different concealer or a different foundation. But for the most part, the way I apply everything is pretty much the same right now. I feel like I finally got a routine that I can stick to and that I like, and it looks good every time, you know. We have some consistency. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to my channel on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.